So in much the same way that cereal boxes have been reduced to giving you QR codes on the side of the fucking box instead of an actual little plastic lightsaber, I want to return to a time when pre-order bonuses for video games were actually really, really hype. Nowadays, they just like give you a download code for a free gun and a knife that you won't even use because the peel here sticker is still here. Whatever, man. Whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, I can't even really think of any examples of modern pre-order bonuses besides that one, and that wasn't even really a pre-order bonus. I think that was just like a day one thing you got if you bought the game at GameStop. But like, so many pre-order bonuses now are just fucking skins or something, or like, here's some free loot, you dumb bitch. Like, I don't know. I can't even think of pre-order bonuses that are anything nowadays, and kind of fitting because I don't pre-order very many games except to like download them early or something. And like that's part of the reason why pre-order bonuses have gone the way of the dodo, I guess, because you can just download games now. You don't even have to be in there. In fact, I think I pre-ordered Resident Evil 9 and I think I could have gotten a tote bag for it, but I forgot. So I guess I'm not getting that, which is kind of shitty because I kind of need a tote bag. Maybe I should do that. Anyways, let's rewind to yesteryear and talk about the best goddamn pre-order bonus of all time. One that to this day blows my freaking mind to think about, just in all of its elements, because nothing like this will ever happen again, I don't think. So when I was a wee child, I played this game called Super Smash Bros. Melee. And I went in and I knew a couple of different characters. I was very into Kirby at the time. So the first thing I did was went in as Kirby and beat up Donkey Kong. And my dad, not being familiar with modern video games, was like, "Why are you beating up that monkey?" And I was like, "I don't know, because it's fun, I guess." The monkey was actually a character that I knew. That was Donkey Kong. The Mario Brothers, I knew them. Peach and Bowser and all of the Pokemon, of course, I was familiar with. And then there were some characters I was less familiar with and very confused about. Like, who the fuck is Samus and why is he so cool looking? You know? And then there was Link and Zelda. Who are these guys? They're kind of like, there's like these elf people. It's really funny to look at The Legend of Zelda like out of context, especially in Smash Brothers Melee, where you have Link and then you unlock young Link, and also Zelda transforms into a dude. And that's just, it's like, what the hell is going on in that series? Well, I wanted to find out. And me having gotten Melee for Christmas 2020, no, not 2022. Jesus. 2002, 20 years earlier. Yeah, I got curious. And Zelda Wind Waker was coming out, so I pulled up that quick time run video on IGN and saw the trailer and like didn't even have a problem that it was cell shaded. I don't know what I had no thoughts about that. Didn't even cross my mind. Remember, folks, negativity is the one you open for yourself. But yeah, I watched that trailer. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna get that game. And look, man, there are not many times I want to go back in time and high five my younger self, right? Like, he did some stupid shit, or he just did some shit that wasn't really like actively stupid, but was also kind of actively not the best decision. But on whatever day in January or February that he did this, I would like to show up at that Toys R Us. And first of all, just look at Toys R Us in 2003, because that sounds sick. I want to show up at that Toys R Us and give him a high five. Because what he did on that day was he pre-ordered The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. And what he received was this. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo GameCube. There's a disc in here. Like, and I just want to fucking talk about how insane this is. So Nintendo, like, in modern terms, right? Nintendo ported forward The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time to the GameCube, remastering it and changing some of like the button graphics and like a couple of different things in the game. Not much, of course, but like some of the different things in the game. And they ported it ahead to the GameCube, which was things they were not doing. Mario 64 doesn't have a port, and neither does basically any other game from the N64. Like, just Ocarina, right? Well, and eventually Majora's Mask, but we're not going to talk about that one. Like, that is wild. Not only, like, it's not just that they gave you a whole-ass game. There's a whole-ass game in here with a big ass, man. There's a whole-ass game in here that you got just for pre-ordering Wind Waker. Not for any other, like, money or anything. You got it just for paying the price of Wind Waker, dude. So, like, not only did they, like, give you the game... So I'm realizing... So there's a... This is so dumb. So there's this, like, hair in it. You can't see it. You're never going to be able to see it. There's this hair in the sleeve of this game right now. And this game is old enough that I'm pretty sure this is a hair from my cat that died in, like, 2015. No. Had to be earlier. No, I think it was 2015. And that's making me a little sad. Best pre-order bonus ever, guys. Anyways, not only did they port forward this game, which is something they weren't doing at the time, they kind of upgraded it a little bit. And they've done something that I think is even more unprecedented and just fucking wild for a pre-order bonus. Because look, my hand is... What's this? What's this? What the fuck is that? That's The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. What the hell? They remixed the game and put that on this disc too. So not only do you get the 1998 Game of the Year Classic Nintendo 64 Edition Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game, you also get the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest game. You get two versions of this never before seen, this never before released version of the best game of all time up to that point, unless you really liked Final Fantasy VII, you get that too. You get the two games. There's like two games here. And I only bought Wind Waker, and I also got Oot, and I also got Ootmq. That's fucking cool. This is on the GameCube. This is on GameCube. It's a fucking collector's item. I'm going to slap it up the head and celebrate the fact that I have a cat hair in here. What the hell? Not only did you get that on the disc, there was this cool little menu that gave you trailers for all of these other games on here. Like, I'm looking at F-Zero and 1080 on the back of a Zelda box. And you might be like, well, whatever. That's just trailers and advertising. You got to remember... This is 2003, and we did not have YouTube. To view these trailers on a big screen on your television, that was pretty novel. And it made me really want to play those games. Now, it's looking at these, I didn't end up getting most of these games, except for the Wind Waker, which I was already getting because they got this for pre-ordering it. I don't even know why they really included a trailer for it in there, I guess. Yeah, if you didn't know what you were buying, here you go. But, like, man, just... it's so cool. Now, most of the trailers I absolutely remember as well. Like, I can hum a lot of the, like, the music, and I can hear the 1080, and I can hear the remix of, oh, I forget which, is it Big Blue? I think it's Big Blue in the F-Zero trailer. The boat, dodo, dodo. That's really cool. And the Wario World music was like, yeah, it's a fun little thing. And it's funny enough, the trailer for Link to the Past had like stock music in it that I later heard in a commercial for the Dave School. Anyone remember the Dave School? But yeah, seriously, I just want to talk about how, like, I don't know that there has ever been a pre-order bonus as great as this one. And if there has been, if you want to argue the point, go ahead and do it in the comments. But this is, like, 1.5 whole games. This is, like, the best game ever. And then another version of it where you do different things. Like, the last time they did that, they called it Majora's Mask. Actually, Majora's Mask was different, but, like, this is just, like, the wildest thing ever to me. From an era where this wasn't common, like, and for an era where Nintendo would put this on the eShop and charge you $40 for it, like, that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me that they just handed this out. They just get hey, I want to pre-order the Wind Waker. Here you go. Have just, like, the best thing ever. Have just, like, one of the coolest pieces of Nintendo history right here. Like, this is, I mean, I'm sure this is a collector's item now because, like, it was exclusive to, you know, pre-ordering the Wind Waker, and, like, that's an item. Now, a better version of this did eventually come out called the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which had Majora's Mask on it, and I think, like, some of the old Nintendo games, too. I think it had the first 2 games, Ocarina, Master Quest, and Majora's Mask on it. I did not have that. I forget what you got that for. I think it was, like, a GameCube itself. Like, you had to get a special GameCube or something, but, like, this shit's fucking cool, dude. This is so cool. It's definitely from a bygone era. Nintendo would not do this nowadays. And to some degree, I can't blame them because this is a crazy-ass value. Like, this is some crazy shit. I think Nintendo eventually kind of learned, and perhaps rightfully so, because I would pay money for this. Are you kidding me? And I did pay money for this. I bought Ocarina of Time 3D, and still haven't played Master Quest somehow. But just fucking cool, dude. Just the coolest thing you could ever get. And I got it. And that was great. And I didn't beat it before Wind Waker came out. In fact, I only made it past the first dungeon in this game for the longest time. I think until my sister's boyfriend at the time, like, came over and started playing and, was like, I'm just gonna play the game. And that's how it was. But, like, that's cool. I mean, Ocarina of Time is probably my favorite Zelda game, too. So, like, getting it in this form as a bonus, like, for free, essentially, like, what's better than that? Like, there ain't nothing better than... The only thing can make one of your favorite games even better is if it's free, right? So, like, how freaking cool. So, best pre-order bonus of all time? GOATed, perhaps? I don't know. You tell me. Happy Zelda Day, everybody. That was yesterday, but this is today, and this is the day that I'm talking about, the Ocarina of Time, beautiful Legend of Zelda Wind Waker pre-order bonus stuff. Because it just blows my mind. It blows my mind that they did this, because they would not do this today. Today, they'd put this on the eShop and be like, pay $40 for it. Like, damn. And it'd still be worth it, by the way, because great games. I might actually play Master Quest if they did that. So, but yeah, just it still blows my mind that this exists, and I got this for essentially just the price of the Wind Waker. Like, imagine paying $50 for the Wind Waker and two versions of Ocarina of Time. That's insane. That is insane. There's, you know, I will defend the billion-dollar corporation because it's fun. And that's still insane to me. That's still like they would never do this again. Crazy. Greatest pre-order bonus of all time. Happy Zelda Day. Yesterday. A day late.